All right, so you can see, even just after that demonstration, I was a little surprised by that.
That took off faster than I expected.
Our-
Those things get hot,
you
a
know,
lot hotter than I expected.
Poor black cat Bob here.
Yeah, he's a little worse for wear.
So something as seemingly as safe as a sparkler. I've used 100 of them in my life. One thing that we need to remind everybody that fireworks are illegal inside the city limits.
Yes, they are.
You've got to be, greater than a mile outside of city limits. But you can see here, I was just, let's talk a little bit about Black Cat Bob's injuries here. What do we do on scene?
Well, one of the bad things about a fire, somebody getting lit on fire, is that when their clothes start to burn, they can't get them put out. Of course, you stop, drop, and roll. You learn that as a kiddo. But once the fire is out, you can see how significant the burn here would be. I mean, that was a lot of close contact with direct flame. He's going to have substantial injuries. This would be like not go down to the ER, but you're going to end up at a burn center somewhere for an injury like this. That's a long healing process.
It's going to be painful. Those of you, I mean, if you've ever accidentally touched a stove or touched a skillet, I mean, think about how bad that hurts just your hand. I mean, there's so many things that comes with burns, and it's not just treating the burn itself, it's the infection possibly after that. I mean, this is good. That would be a serious
That'd be a
injury.
serious burn. Not only would you blister up, you would have sloughing of skin.
There's so many things that affect this. What kind of shirt do you have on? Are you wearing polyester? Are you wearing cotton? Do you have some new lotion you tried out today? I mean, there's so many things. Suntan lotion, hairspray. Oh, there's just. I was just amazed by that. So, you think about at a wedding, right? People light sparklers and, they're wishing the groom and bride great as they go out and, you're paying attention to that. You're not thinking about it. Some people are going to, well, I would never just hold the sparkler against my shirt. Nobody means to. I mean, and you saw there it took, a couple seconds. Once it took on, I mean, it went.
I don't know about the weddings you've been to. The weddings I've been to, sometimes there's a large amount of hairspray in the room.
There is.
And I'm telling you, I've seen
perfume, cologne,
a flash fire when that stuff lights off. And another thing that really concerns me is because sparklers don't explode, they don't blow up, they don't take off. We give them to little kids because they're, it's just a little sparkler. I mean, the kid turns around to another, just like what happened with my daughter, and burns them. That's there forever.
Well, that's the thing. They're I know how I was with sparklers, right? There's bright lights, and you kids, and they're looking at it. What do? It's closer and closer to the face. I mean, all we did was a shirt here. I think here in a second we're going to demonstrate some things with Black Cat Bob's hair here. I mean, there's a lot of danger there. So you could see how careful you really need to be. Black Cat Bob did not fare so well on that one.
He did not fare well.
Again, just a sparkler, man. Seemingly safe. Apparently Black Cat Bob might have used a little hairspray this morning.
Looks like he did.
Maybe the same brand you use. I'm not sure. Right now I'm working on a little growth on my hair. So
you guys that grow hair think y'all are so cool.
I might use a little hairspray right now. This is making me rethink it a little bit. I mean, here's the thing. Guys with long hair, girls with long hair, not even long hair. If you've got anything around your face, you've used any product in it, you put cologne on, you've got lotion on your face, you've got a sparkler going, it's close to you. Like you said, we're talking about kids possibly like getting right up on it. Add alcohol to this, man.
Alcohol is in so many things that you're taking a risk.
Well,
you're taking a big risk.
I don't know what the percentage is, but a lot of the runs that we go on, usually alcohol or something is involved, right?
Yes.
I mean, it impairs judgment. No matter how safe you think it is, And now we're adding a little, we're adding fire to it. That could be a bad thing. Really got to be careful with this stuff. I mean, just even getting close to the hair, you saw Bob here just didn't do well. Let's talk a little bit about injuries. Again, kind of similar to the abdominal injury we were talking about a while ago. Man, but the face is a little different.
When you get the face or the neck burnt, the neck it's a two-edged sword. Not only is your airway swelling on the inside, on the outside your neck is going to start swelling up. Anytime you get a burn, it starts to swell up, and as it starts to swell, you're talking about an airway compromise. It could be life-threatening.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, us as firefighters, we wear SCBAs into fires so that we're not breathing. I mean, here's the thing. Now you've got superheated fumes. You're breathing in. Obviously, that's going to cause all kinds of airway damage and some immediate damage.
Exactly. It's not just the toxicity of it, it is the thermal aspect of it. And your airway is not meant for high temperatures. And you taking a breath and breathing any of that in is going to be very dangerous.
Well, and I want to again mention, if any of these, if there's, even the thought that something bad is coming or someone might be injured, got to call 911, man. Got to call 911. You can call or text. but you got to call 911 and get us coming, because this is going to be a time sensitive.
Get us on the way. Get us on the way, and then everything else can be done after. But get us headed your way so you can get some help.
Well, what this is doing is, I think this is echoing what Ross told us in that previous episode is really the safest way to do
really
fireworks or watch fireworks or
really
experience fireworks is go to a someone who's putting on a licensed show and has all the permits to do it and is a professional, basically. So
absolutely.
All right, well, Joey, Black Cat Bob's having a bad day, man.
He's having a bad day.
So here's the deal. Yes. Another one, seemingly, not dangerous, right? It just sparks and showers, right? But here's the thing. Almost every one of these fireworks that we're demonstrating today, right on the label, on the warning label at the bottom, it says, do not hold in your hand. I would say the majority of people that are firing fireworks, you got to hold it to light it. This is, you positioned it right at the guy. Everybody does, right?
Well,
you got to look at it, you got to light it.
Exactly what you're saying. He goes, well, that's pretty extreme. You had it pointed right at him, and I get that. How many times do you go over to light the firework and it falls over, or you have to hold it because of the wind and you light it? I'm telling you, it gets away from you faster than you think. And not with this particular firework, but with others, we have people come in, kids come in, missing digits, literally due to the blast injury. They're coming missing digits. The burns that we talked about, I've seen these things go off, whether it's a shower or a rocket, and hit people in the eye, and they have permanent sight loss for the rest of their life. They're just really dangerous. You just got to be just so careful.
And I would say the majority of the injuries are hand injuries and then face injuries. Why? Well, they're either holding
exactly
it and they're looking.
Right?
You got to see what you're trying to do. I got to get close. Even Lieutenant Guerin here, as he was, our assistant lighting Black Cat Bob's fireworks here. He's having to get right up on it. He's having to, he's wearing gear and he's got gloves on. But you could see even just something that's just, it's just, some pretty lights and just a few sparks. It's not a big deal. But you could see Black Cat Bob's got some pretty serious injuries here. Again, burns all the way up and down the arm, to the torso. You saw how quick his hair caught on fire. If this were somebody, we'd be moving pretty quick to the hospital.
This would be a sick patient.
Right. So Joey, I think the name of that one was a friendship fountain.
I think that was a friendship fountain.
There was not a whole lot of things that were friendly about that.
Not friendly at all.
Bob's arm here is melted. Again, not a big firework. Not a whole lot of firepower. It's little shower of sparks. We did that. We were kind of finishing up the demo. We looked down and his foot's on fire. Jeans completely engulfed in flames. Several minutes after the firework was done. They're unpredictable. You don't know where they're going. You don't know what around you. We've been doing several demos here today, so we've got a bunch of trash on the ground, and we don't know what still has charge in it. We don't know what still's got components in it that could ignite and explode. Again, it's just highlighting the unpredictability of everything that we're doing here today.
And whenever you think it's out, whenever you think that there's no more danger involved with it, if it's maintaining any degree of heat, being concealed in one way or another, all it needs is air. It's just waiting for the air, and as soon as it gets the air, just like with the leg down there, it's going to take off.
Well, and we obviously, we're using Black Cat Bob, so graciously is letting us do several demonstrations to him today. But you can see every time we go to a new demo, he's still smoldering from 2 demos ago. We literally, we used the clothes that we used, to simulate, what would we be wearing normally. And
it would behave much the same way whenever, like I said, what doesn't burn off melts to him.
Yep.
And that's exactly what we do with somebody.
It's going to do to your actual skin. That's not just because he is a mannequin.
Right.
As a matter of fact, this hard surface is probably easier to get this clothes off. This going to your soft skin, there's only one way they can get that off, which is going to cause even more injury and pain, and that is not going to be a fun thing.